She had no name the world remembers. But in the gas chambers of Auschwitz, one woman made an impossible choice. She stayed so the children wouldn't die alone. Not all heroes have names. This story isn't found in history textbooks. There are no medals, no monuments. It survives only in the haunted memories of those who were forced to witness the worst of humanity, and glimpses of its best. Among the many tragedies of Auschwitz, one moment stands apart. A nameless nurse, surrounded by children, choosing to walk into the gas chamber, not by force but by love. In early 1944, the Nazis deported hundreds of Jewish families from the Theresienstadt ghetto to a section of Auschwitz known as the family camp. It was a deception. These prisoners were allowed to stay together temporarily, to create a false impression of humane treatment in case international observers ever came. Among the children, one woman stood out. She had no official title, but survivors remembered her as the nurse. Possibly Czech, almost certainly Jewish, she had arrived with the families and volunteered to care for the children, washing them with rags, calming them with lullabies, offering small kindnesses in a world that had forgotten them. 6 months later, the illusion ended. On the night of March 8, 1944, orders came for the liquidation of the family camp. More than 3,000 men, women, and children were to be relocated. In truth, they were marched to Crematorium 3, where the gas chambers awaited. The nurse, it's believed, was offered the chance to remain, possibly reassigned to assist elsewhere in the camp. She refused. She chose to walk with the children. There are no photographs of what happened next, but one account from a Sonderkommando, one of the Jewish prisoners forced to operate the crematoria, described it. As the doors sealed and panic spread, the nurse gathered the youngest children around her. She told them stories, she sang. She whispered that they were going to a better place, that it would be peaceful, that they should not be afraid. She stayed calm for them. When the doors reopened, the Sonderkommando found her body among the others. She was cradling 2 children in her arms. This moment, this sacrifice, was never recorded in Nazi documents. Why would it be? It was passed down only through the fragile thread of memory. Eyewitnesses like Philip Mueller, one of the few Sonderkommandos who survived, later told of similar acts of compassion, small glimmers of humanity that defied the machinery of death. The identity of the nurse has been lost, her name never written down, no grave ever marked, but those who saw what she did never forgot it. In a place engineered for dehumanization, she reclaimed what it meant to be human. She didn't have power, she couldn't stop the gas, but she could give the children a hand to hold. She could make sure they didn't face death alone, and that made her stronger than any Nazi command. Her decision to comfort the doomed when she herself could have survived was not weakness. It was the deepest form of courage. There are many names we remember from World War II. Generals, dictators, liberators, monsters. But sometimes the greatest stories are the ones without names. A nurse, a stranger, a moment of unbearable kindness. We don't know who she was, but we know what she did. And that perhaps is enough. In a chamber built to erase lives, she left behind something the Nazis couldn't destroy. Compassion,